Hello, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something you use every single day, but probably never think about. We're talking about the invisible force, the unsung hero that makes all your favorite apps just work. Let's dive in.
Really think about it for a second. You fire up an app on your phone. It has to log you in, grab your latest data, maybe check your location, and refresh your feed, all in the blink of an eye. How on earth does it handle all that at once without just, crashing and burning? Well, the answer is actually pretty brilliant.
So to really appreciate the solution, we first have to understand the problem. And for any app developer, that problem can be summed up in two words: connection chaos. Imagine your app trying to do everything by itself. It's got to reach out and talk to the user database over here, an authentication server over there, and maybe a third-party service for maps or weather somewhere else entirely. It's a total mess of tangled wires and direct connections. It's chaotic, it's inefficient, and it's a real headache to manage.
So, what do you do when you're faced with all that chaos? Well, you hire some help. You bring in an expert to manage the whole operation. In the world of software, we call this expert the digital butler.
Now, this digital butler has a proper name, of course: Middleware. It's basically a piece of software that sits right in the middle of everything. It acts as the go-between, the intermediary. Its entire job is to take all those frantic requests from your app and deal with all the different back-end systems in a calm, orderly fashion.
And this right here really shows you the difference. On the left, you've got that chaotic before state, a tangled web where everything is talking to everything else. It's a mess. But then, look at the after. Everything flows cleanly through one central point, our digital butler. It brings order and sanity to the whole process.
All right, so how does this butler actually do its job? It's not just one person trying to do everything. It's more like a whole team of butlers, a highly trained staff, working together in a perfect chain of command.
Let's just follow one single request as it makes its journey. So your app asks for something, let's say a list of users. The first butler in line intercepts it. This butler's job might be to check if you're even logged in. If you are, great. But he doesn't go get the users himself. Nope, he just passes the request to the next butler in the chain. That butler might do something else, like check your user permissions. And this continues down the line until the very last butler, the route handler, finally gets the list and sends it back to your app.
And this is the key to the whole thing. Every single butler, or middleware function, in that chain has a few choices. It can tweak the request, maybe add some information to it. It can stop the whole process right there and send a response back, maybe an error message. Or it can just do its one little job and pass the request on to the next function in line.
And the magic command that makes this all possible? It's a little function called next. That's literally it. It's the simple command one butler uses to tell the next one, okay, I'm done, your turn. This is the absolute backbone of the whole workflow, allowing for that clean, step-by-step process.
Now, just like a huge mansion has different kinds of staff for different jobs, you've got the chef, the gardener, the driver, there are also different types of middleware. Each one is a specialist, designed for a very specific task.
For instance, there's platform middleware. You can think of this as the head butler, the one who runs the whole estate. This is stuff like your web server, the very environment the app lives in. Then you have something called RPC middleware. This is like a butler who can pick up the phone and call a butler in a totally different house to get a job done. And finally, you've got messaging middleware, which is kind of like an internal messaging system for the staff, letting different apps leave notes for each other to pick up later.
So we've seen the what and the how, but let's tie it all together. Why is this invisible hero, this digital butler, so absolutely crucial to the apps we rely on every single day?
Well, the value is just immense. First off, it makes developers' lives so much easier. They can focus on building cool features instead of worrying about plumbing. It controls access, streamlines all the communication, and just makes the whole system run more efficiently. But maybe the most important thing, it helps apps scale. It's what allows an app to go from 100 users to 100 million without completely falling apart.
And this quote really just says it all, doesn't it? In today's world, where everything is mobile and connected, you just can't build big, important applications without it. Middleware isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's an absolutely essential layer of the architecture that holds the whole digital world together. So the next time you're scrolling through your favorite app and everything just works seamlessly, maybe give a little nod to the digital butler working tirelessly behind the scenes. And it makes you wonder, right?